right, hi everyone. What we're going to do is we're going to show you now a little bit of different positions and how to keep the frame even though you've done level changes, okay? So from here, what Tanya's going to do is she's going to face the front, face the camera. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do from here is you're going to go hips forward, right? So right now we're getting leverage from our ankles, right? Then you're going to go weight distribution to your right side. Then you're going to go angle change. See the knees, the hips, and the shoulders all turning at once. Okay. Then you're going to, from here, you're going to Elvis this side, and then you're going to bring your rear knee forward and then front knee forward, right? So now we're in a stance, right? And your hands can be here too, right? And then we lever at the end. Okay. So we're getting leverage from the ankles right now. Then you go weight distribution to the other side, angle change, weight distribution, right? Angle change, and then lever again. See? Okay, so now we're on the other side. So we're in a stance, okay? Now we're going to go back to the center, face, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to windshield our feet out. So now from here, we're going to go toes out and feet out. So now you see our stance is wider. So now we change it to a base. So that means that we can no longer use the ankles for leverage, right? So we want to now use the hips for leverage, right? So now from here, we engage our hips, right, for connection now to our arms. Now we're going to go from here, we're going to weight distribution to the right, but you see we can't go too far, right, because of the base, right? But go as much as you can to the right. Now you're going to angle change, right, keeping your hips engaged. Now you're going to turn the knee, turn the foot, and turn the foot, all right? So now you see that we're in a stance again, but you see my center of gravity is a little bit in between my feet now, right? Because we've used a base, right? Then we're going to go from here. We're going to go to the other side. Weight distribution, angle change, turn. Okay, and now you see Tanya and I are both in a left stance, right? And then we're going to lever, and the leverage comes from the hip. Okay, it doesn't come from the ankle anymore, right? Then we're going to square up, right? So you see we're still in a base, right? Now what we're going to do is from here, okay, we're going to do a level change. Now from here, okay, we're going to go, we're going to drop, we're going to turn, or weight distribution, angle change, and then what we're going to do is turn our foot, and we're going to drop, right, the knee to the ground, and we're going to bend until we get the foot to the knee to the ground. The whole time, our hip still has to be engaged. Right? Stay there, Tanya. You cannot go to the ground and break your hip like this, see? Right? There's no more leverage. So you see that when I'm doing this, I'm coming down, down, straight, and my hips are still engaged, right? Now I'm in a stance, but I'm in a stance on my knees, right? Again, leverage from the hips. Then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to square up. How do we square up? Is we're going to windshield our back foot, okay? And we're going to, at the same time, we're going to bring our knee that's up, we're going to bring it to the ground. And notice that this foot does not move. So we swivel the back foot, bring the knee down, right? And that's going to keep our foot out like this. So now I'm facing to my right side, this direction, see? Because, again, the frame is involved, right? And then I'm going to swivel this foot behind to even it out. Now I'm in a stance again. You got it? And again, the hips are forward. And stay there, Tanya. Now from here, you'll see that I'm on the balls of my feet. Okay? Because the balls of the feet now, they are the heels. If you go like this and flat, it's going to feel weird. You're going to feel like you don't have a heel, right? Okay. Yeah, so I'm in trouble, right? So it's time to put. So when your feet are flat, you need to be sitting on your butt, right? So when you're on your toes, right? You need to drive from your hips. You can drive from your hips, okay? Yeah. So now she feels I'm stable, okay? So now we're like this, right? Right. So now from here we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do the opposite side now. So from here we're going to windshield to your right, Tanya. Okay? So see how when we windshield, see the body go, the whole frame go, right? Again, the hips are engaged, right? Then I'm going to bring the knee, this knee up, And this foot is going to, when this knee comes up, you're going to see the back foot is going to swivel out because it's part of my frame. Okay? You got it? And now you elevate on the rear side and engage your hips. Right? So now we have a good powerful stance. Right? Okay? And then you're going to go knee down. When you go knee down, you swivel the outside foot in. And then you bring this foot back in. And now I'm facing square again. You got it? Okay? So now what we're going to do is, face me, Tanya. So now what we're going to do is, Tanya is going to, from here, now we're going to just go the opposite. So from here, swivel. Okay? Knee up. Now, go just the opposite, which is stand straight up and turn and face. So now we're in a base again, right? Then when we're in a base, from here, stay there, Tanya. So all you're going to do now is circle one foot in, make it small, circle the other foot in, make it very small. So now my feet are underneath, my heels are underneath me, my legs are straight again, right? So I'm starting off. Now I can get leverage again from the ankles, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to just test your partner. See, I'm going to test Tanya. So she's going to start in a good stance, leverage from the ankles. She's going to bow. Good. I feel the floor, which is good. Now she's going to go weight distribution, angle change, and go to one side. Turn your hips, right, and get a stance. Okay, good. And I test her on both sides of her arms. I should feel her with one leg. Then she's going to go the other side. And I give her a test again, and I should feel her back leg through both arms, which is good. Then she's going to go back to the center. Okay. And now from here, she's going to engage her hips forward. Now she's going to go toes out, heels out. Okay. So now she's in a base, which means she needs to use her hips more. Right? Got it? Okay, because you're getting leverage from the hips now because of the base. Right? Now you're going to go to one side, weight distribution, turn, and hold the base. Do you see how you have to stay there, Tanya? See? So now you're like this. You really have to push your hips forward in this stance. Okay? You cannot do it from the ankle or the knee anymore. So you got to do it from the hip. All right? Good. Now you go to the other side. Turn your hip. So now you feel you have leverage here, right? Okay? And then back to the center. And keep your base. Okay? Now, she's back into a base, so she's like this. And now what I'm going to do, she's going to go from here. She's going to go to one stance, turn, and now she's going to go knee to the ground. Yes. And I'm going to test her along the way that she doesn't lose leverage, right? And then from here, she's going to go knee down. And I test, and then she's going knee down, and then she's going to face me straight, right? You got it? Okay? Then from here, you can go butt back, sit. Sit all the way down, and sit all the way down. Yeah, and then you can put your feet out. So now when I push, sit down. Now when I push, you feel like it's going into your butt. Now you cannot get leverage from the hips, right? So if you stay here and I keep pushing, it feels bad, right? It's getting worse. So from here, what do? Dive your shoulders. Yes. Okay? So now you feel like it's going down. Okay? So now this is good. Right? You get it? Now from here, what you're going to do is you're going to come up, you're going to engage your hips and come up to your balls of your feet. Right? Okay? And now from here, you're going to get into a stance. Right? Yep. Right? And then you're going to stand back up. Engage your hips as you stand up straight up. No. Okay? You can't do that. You got to go straight up. Yes. Now turn, face me. You feel it? Keep your hips. Right? Okay? You got it? And now you can, from here, okay, you can circle your foot. No. Circle your foot. And then circle your other foot. And then get a small stance again. And engage your ankles now. Now you're getting leverage from the ankles. Right? You get it? So, what you're trying to do, it's a lot of work, isn't it? It's hard to keep that connection all the way down. But you got to practice this, okay? So that when you're doing, so that you can maintain your frame, whether you're up here, whether you happen to get into a base, right? Whether you go down to one knee, right? You can keep your frame, right? So that you can always keep your frame no matter what position your body's going to be in, right? So I'm still engaging my frame here. The knees, the hips, the shoulders, and the elbows. That's the frame, right? And depending on where you're at, that's going to dictate where you're going to get leverage, right? And what you have to do, right? Okay, then same thing from here, right? I come up, okay, I swivel. See my whole body swivel? Then my knee swivels. See how my whole body swivels? My arms are, and everything's facing the same direction, right? Then I stand up. See? Everything's still facing the same direction, right? Here, or here, right? You get it? Okay, or here, and now I'm okay. Now I go back to ankles. So then later, that way it doesn't matter. You can practice cheats out like this. So we're good. We're getting leverage from the ankles right here, right? You feel it? Then, if you want, and we go into a wider base, but you have to know that you have to engage your hips more now, right? So this may be a little bit more challenging for some people because it requires a little bit more athleticism, right? When you're talking about the hips, whoever's the lowest hips has an advantage, right? So you're going to feel the need to constantly like get low like this, and she's going to feel the need to get low like that, okay? But okay, so that you can still play, but at least we still have a frame, right? Then from here, if we go straight down to one knee, right? And then we can keep playing, right? Yes. Right? Engage your hip more. Yeah. Right? Right? Yes. Right? You're going to come to, yes. Okay. Now from here, yeah, see you run into my frame? Okay. And then if we need to, we can sit on our butt. Right? Or sit, I'm sorry, sit on our balls of our feet and engage our hips so we can play in the middle of them, right? Okay? And then later we're going to learn also how to swivel your feet and sit on your butt. You know, swivel your feet to the side and then sit down. Okay? Now your hand, yeah, sit. So now you see that now we have shoulder dive because now here in this position our butt is on the ground, so now we have to engage our shoulders forward. That's how we're going to get leverage, right? So you see us like this. If I was like this, she's going to push me over. Push, 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 push. Yes, so she's going to bowl me over. So I need to engage my shoulders down, my butt back, my hand behind my butt, right? So then we're going to play like this, right? Yes, right? Then if she wants to, she can always, from here, okay? She can get away from me by popping the hips up, kick me, no, pop up, now kick me out. See, she's keeping me away here with her foot, okay? Or you can go foot on the hip, on my hip, or my chest, right? Yes, see? So I can't get close to her. Then she's gonna push away with her knee, and she's gonna stand back up, okay? So again, everything we do is to maintain that frame, you got it? So even from here, we're playing here on our butt, right, with low leverage, right? Yes. And then from here, we're going to come up to our knees, right? And then now we engage our hip. Hip has to go forward now, right? You understand? Then we can play it with our stance. Yep. Yep. And then if we need to, we can stand straight up. Now we have a wide base, right? And then from here, we can make our stance smaller, right? And now we're playing with leverage from the ankles, right? Get it? So, that way you start to understand how to keep the frame no matter what level of change you're at, okay? And we're going to start working on a lot of drills that you guys need to start working on so that you can really start to develop and feel what it is that you're trying to maintain, right? So we're going to keep going. It's basically a unified method. No matter one method, it's a unified method. No matter what crazy position your body's in, that you always adhere to. That way you don't have to rely on a style. You don't have to learn how to do a stand-up art like Wing Chun or boxing, right? And then you have to learn now from here to wrestle. You have to learn wrestling now and wrestling counters, right? And then when you fall, you have to learn jujitsu now and how to do jujitsu, okay? It's not, I don't want you to think like this. I want you to think always in terms of one unified method, okay? Keep practicing.